Oh yeah, now my people, it's your guy, the Nigerian Englishman, and we are back here, One Touch TV settings for our weekly dosage of 3 touches. It's the one show a week on this channel where we talk about everything Arsenal. No rivals, no Deji, no none of that Spurs nonsense and rubbish. We talk all things Arsenal. But to come on this show, I can never do this show on my own. I need to have my brothers to give me strength my fellow Arsenal brothers, and this guy is back by popular demand. I think it's his debut this season. He's not been on this season just yet. Many more to come. Man like Nonso in the building. How you doing, Nonso?
I'm doing good. I'm doing very well, man. It's been a while since I was on this show. It's good to be back. It's good to be back.
And it's a good time to be an Arsenal fan. Last time you were on the show, we were under different circumstances, right?
Yeah, that's when we're actually thinking, are we going to make fourth? Are we going to get fourth? Are we going to beat Spurs? Are we going to beat this? Are we going to beat West Ham? Nah, it was a long.
Yeah.
It was a long route.
Now we got our own different problems to be concerned about.
Nah,
for sure, man.
We're not thinking of top 4 anymore, man.
Thinking of title challenges, potential winning league and cup doubles, all sorts of things, man. So also my brother, La Familia, One Touch TV royalty. We got man like Akpos in the building each and every time. How you doing, Akpos, man?
Well, I'm good. I'm good. To the audience, apologies. I'm the one who showed up late backstage. That's why we are not starting this show as at the planned time. So apologies to everybody that was waiting on the scenes to make sure that they follow the live stream. So apologies for coming late.
Now, big up, man. Big up the Armory TV in the comment section already. Big up KN in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel, guys. And throw in any questions that you need during the show. We're going to be touching on yesterday's game. We're going to be touching on things like Kiwior, how he was on his debut, the potential of Jesus returning this weekend, and also this weekend's game. Big up Skills in the building. Mustafa, my guy. Football Capital. Big up my guy. Hey, big up Dr. Dre, aka Nonso. Nonso get look alike already. Okay, man. Big up, man. Big up Football Capital. If you haven't checked out his channel, go and check it out. Probably, I'm saying it's the biggest show in Australia. So make sure you make it happen. Oh, say I've managed to get this guy twice in 1 week. I am spoiled. Man like Prana Bull in the building. How you doing, my guy? You're spoiling me. You're spoiling me, my guy. Hey.
Well, this is how I'm spending my lunch break from work. So let's make this happen.
Love it. Now let's get started, man. Let's get started. Big up my guy. Saying, oh yeah, now my people. He knows the slogan. He knows each and every time. I think this is for Football Capital. I think he remembers the result on Sunday, but this is a show about Arsenal. Don't make him feel the pain that he felt on Sunday on an Arsenal show. He's come here for a neutral ground, okay? Big up Football Capital. Go and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And smash the like if you haven't already on this show as well, whether you're watching now or watching later. Guys, Arsenal 2, Sporting Lisbon 2. First of all, did you expect a win, draw, loss? What did you do? Let's go around. What did you expect from this game, Nonso?
Yeah, first of all, I didn't expect much. We made 6 changes from starting 11 from last week on Saturday. And making 6 changes, first of all, it kind of disrupted the rhythm of the team. Some of the players like Kiwior, Jorginho hasn't played for us. Turner hasn't played since January. The last game was against City, the FA Cup. So it's been that long. So it was a decent result. One thing about the Arsenal team is that we don't lose. We find a way of grinding something. And this is the knockout competition of 2 legs. So we're going to be at our domain come next week. So I'm not worried. It wasn't really a bad result. It was an okay result to me. But defensively, that's where I'm worried about defensively, because all of a sudden we're allowing goals come in. We've conceded. I think we've only kept 2 clean sheets in our last, I can't remember how many games, and it's been quite really bad.
Yeah, we've been very leaky of late. I mean, Akpos, have you also second what Nonso said?
Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah, I totally agree with what Nonso said. And I think that was on my show when we talked about the game. I was talking about our defense and how we've been letting in a lot of silly goals that we could avoid. There are some goals when your opponent, when you concede some kind of goals, you can't really complain about going a goal down because that might have been a moment of genius or team effort that you could have, there was no way you could have avoided that one. They scored some kind of goals, and for Nigeria, we will say if you blame goalkeeper for that one, if you blame defender. Those kind of goals, that's what we're talking about. But we are considering, how will I say, we're making schoolboys errors. We are letting goals in left, right, center from set pieces. I'm worried about every time we consider set piece now. I'm worried. I'm getting scared that it could be a potential chance for our opposition.
And this is new because last season I think we only conceded one set piece or something crazy like that. And now we're leaking.
I was going to make reference to last season, and we are so on the same wavelength on the show right now. Last season, we seemed to be the set piece match. We were scoring a lot of goals from set pieces, keeping our opponents, making sure that they don't score us from set pieces. But this season, I don't know what seems to be happening. It seems maybe Mikel let that set piece specialist out of the door or something. Though, but I'm just saying. But
no,
I
hear what you're saying.
In terms of that,
we do 100%. I'm proud of, obviously, as you saw the lineup before an hour before the kickoff. Did you expect the game to transpire how it did after seeing the lineup, or you thought, we should really be on top of these guys?
Big up. I think on the last show, when you asked for my prediction, I called 2-2 away from home. I think it's part of the plan for me. Things are going well, 2-2 there, take it back to the Emirates and handle our business. But I do want to pick up from what these guys are saying about conceding goals. I'm not as worried, but I do take the point. I'll tell you why I'm not as worried. I just believe that at this time of the season, fatigue settles in, the opponent's hungry, everyone's scrapping for points, everyone's scrapping for their lives. You're going to see the odd goal, the odd freaky results here and there. So I'm not worried on that point. I think going forward will be okay. I don't expect us to go green, but it's the part of the season where you're going to see patchy results, like I said. I expect us to be okay.
But Prana, I hear that, and you're right. There is a lot of more, as in games are starting to mean a lot more towards the end. Yeah. You decide what you're playing for now in the season, if it's top 4, top 6 relegation, next round of competition. But my issue is not even necessarily that we're leaking goals. It's the type of goals that we're conceding. They're just so ugly, bro. Things that we could easily avoid, it's out of we're defending out of character currently. That's my issue. I don't know if any of you agree. I don't know. It's a bit.
I mean, I think Nonzo picked up on it. When you make 6 changes, the continuity is not there. So you expect these things a little bit, in my opinion. I don't think it's something to be overly concerned with. I think they're focused. I think there's the one thing that I am concerned mostly about is fan pressure on them, saying that we're going to win the title. That's the way to lose a title. Staying cool-headed, being focused.
Don't be too arrogant. I think I won't lie. Some of our fan base, let's be honest, has got a little bit carried away. The way they're talking is we've been part of title challenges for the last 5 years, and we've seen them through the chest that they have. I don't get it. And then people are having to go at me is, why are you staying on the fence? Why are you not saying we can win the title yet? And the reason why, it's not that I'm staying on the fence. It's because in the last 20 years, I don't know if you guys agree, I've had Arsenal teams that have got me excited before. Got me excited leading to nothing. People could say this is a bit different, all these different things. I hear that, but the team will have to show me something different for me to be okay, I'm going to close the back door and say, yeah, they're winning the title. And that's something different for me would have been beating City 1-0 or with a scrappy performance at home. That if we'd won that game 1-0, trust me, I'd be borderline arrogant maybe as well. But that showed me.
Can I jump in quickly?
Yeah, but hold on, I'll tell you what they showed me first, and then you jump in straight after.
Right, cool.
What that showed me is that in the big moments, this team haven't this is the the champions of last year. I know we've had loads of other tests. Don't get me wrong. This was the biggest moment, and then the biggest moment where it was our chance to flex our muscles on the previous champs. We blew it. We made stupid mistakes. So for me, I was a bit. No, we blew it that night. We didn't blow the lead. We blew it that night. For them, psychologically, it would have done great things for us, and it would have hurt them psychologically too. Now they've got 2 wins against us this season. It will give them some confidence. I'm not saying that means we're not going to take it, but it will give them a bit of confidence that I didn't want them to have. Sorry, go on, Frank.
No, I was just going to say quickly, like I said, out of the 2 games from City, if we got 2 points, anything 2 and above, we'd win the title. So we still got a chance to get 2 and above if we get a win.
For sure. But let's talk. Let's go into yesterday's performance, the actual game. Like, because Nonso, you mentioned something about obviously we made some changes, so I expected the rhythm to change. I hear that, but I'm not ready to start accepting us not gaining maximum points because we're changing our team. Because if we want to be a team that people want to take seriously, even if it's not the style we normally win in the Premier League, get the job done. And so far in the Europa League, to be honest, I've hated all our performances, but somehow we're in the position we're in right now. So kudos to Arteta for that.
Yeah, you can say that. You can say that in different ways. But I look at Arsenal. Arsenal, let's be truthful. Let's be real with ourselves. The main prize in the Premier League. The Arsenal players are looking at that. The Europa League is just to come and maybe some players have not had game time in a while. Put them in, let them get them. Because when I was listening to someone today, we're in a part of the season where anything can happen. We saw Partey getting injured, Jesus getting injured, Nketiah getting injured. Anything can happen. So the Europa League is kind of like, let these French players come and get themselves ready, just in case they're put in the firing line at that point. I don't think their mindset is in the Europa League. They want to win it, but anything can happen. If they get knocked out, it's not going to be the end of the world.
I think that's a negative mindset. You should be playing these players in the mindset that we want everything. We're fucking Arsenal Football Club.
No.
We want it all. I'm not saying we'll win it all, but we should be playing with intent, man.
Can I come in?
Sorry, 1 minute. If Arteta didn't put his full mind on the Europa League, he would have changed the whole 11. He just changed 6. Still makes the match just like he normally does. He makes the match with his number. Saka and Martinelli played 90 minutes yesterday. 90. Crazy. Those are players that we should be putting on the bench and get ready for Fulham. But he puts his mind in just in case. Anything can happen in the Europa League. It's knockout football. We can play with our French players and get all the way to the final. But we should never forget the main focus is the Premier League. We've not been in this position, and we don't know when we're going to be in this position again.
For sure. The main objective, for sure, I agree. Sorry, Akpos, what we said?
Yeah, I wanted to second one on so we're saying there because I think like Mikel Arteta is taking this competition also serious because for him to play coming out with the 6 players that started, or 5 players that started the game from the first team yesterday, like what Nonso was trying to say, Saka and Martinelli also played 90 minutes. That's to tell you that this manager is taking this competition seriously. He really wants to, go out there and try to win it. Because for me, if you don't want to really go out there to win it, you could have given either of Saka or Martinelli a breather in that game. But they both played. I don't know what's the issue with Kieran. Tenny was not on the team list. But you could see Zinchenko also starting. That's a player that I was not expecting to see start also. Yeah. So I think Arteta is also taking this competition serious. And for me, this is what I want to see.
This is the thing, Akpos. I think you guys are misunderstanding me, and I think the comment section are misunderstanding me too. Because Skills has said, "Nigel, stop being negative, brother. I'm moving like Lee Gunner." That's the biggest insult anyone's ever given me on my channel so far. Please take that back. I'm nothing like Lee Gunner. I'm very much Arteta in Arsenal. I'm fully in. If you see our reactions on Tunnel TV versus Lee Gunner's reactions when we score, I think you'll know who's the bigger fan there. But we'll get back to that. What my issue is not with Arteta here, bro. My issue is with the players, bro. My issue is not. If Arteta wants everything, I can see how he goes. My issues with the players. And what I mean is, I don't know if you guys have seen this. Does it not seem when you're watching the team, even I know there's changes, but even so, watching the team in the Europa League versus watching the team in the Premier League, they never get out of second gear when it comes to the Europa League. Have you not noticed that? The players, not Arteta. Arteta's doing everything he can, but the players, for me.
You are spot on, brother. But also, we should don't forget that we played that game without 3 of our strikers. If you notice, towards the end of the game, we should have brought in a striker, but there was nobody there to bring into the game. Fabio Vieira had to move into the striking position to play the first 9. But we were without Trossard, Edin Ketia in that game, and Gabriel Jesus has been injured for a while now. So I'm just trying to bring your mind to that.
I know, I agree, and this is why I know agree, because you can't tell me one top performance we've had in the Europa League this season. I know we've had a 4-0 win, but in terms of how we played, we've not had one quality performance. So I'm just annoyed with the players. Like, give it your all for everything. Yes, the Premier League is my target. The Premier League is my focus, 100%. But you see these fringe players that are coming in. None of them are giving Arteta any problems. Oh, who am I going to pick on Sunday? They're not giving him issues, bro. Well, our team is basically picking ourselves right now.
So-called fringe players in that game, we're missing some of them.
Vieira's supposed to play well yesterday. He has to play well. You're back at home against your fucking rivals. Show me you step up. This is your game. Someone like, to be honest, Reece Nelson was my best player yesterday. He's one player that's taken his opportunities, and I've been super harsh on him his whole career. But he's taking his chance. He's looking like a player that's playing to give the manager an issue. Like,
can I say?
Go on.
Can I say something? First of all, remember 3 seasons ago when Arsenal, it was just the Europa League that was the only chance to be in the Champions League. We brought in top performances. Remember the game against Sparta Prague? Top performance away. We had some top performances away and everything. The reason why Reece Nelson is playing well is the same thing I just finished saying. Everybody needs to put a shift in. We're coming to the grind of the season. We're coming to the hard parts, the parts that's going to be quite difficult. And Reece knows that he needs to be in this team to be part of it. He doesn't want to be on the bench. He wants to play the Europa League. He's looking at the Premier League. He's looking at being in the starting lineup against.
But why aren't the other fringe players doing the same thing, though? That's my issue, Nonso. The other fringe players should be giving Arteta more of a problem, bro.
Some of them believe that even if they put the shift in, okay, imagine someone like Turner. Turner does 3 acrobatic saves. You think he'll come and keep on Saturday?
Bro, you never know. You never know, but you can't have that mindset as a professional footballer. You've always got to be ready for your moment, bro. You can't be like, I'm going to get subbed anyway. What kind of stupidness is that?
That's why they're going to play, because anything can happen. On Saturday, Ramsdale can get injured. We know that most of the time, I'm always getting scared by seeing Ramsdale sitting on the ground holding his tie, and I'm like, oh my God, Ramsdale. But if Ramsdale gets injured, who's going to be there? Turner. So we don't have a choice. We need all these players match ready, because we're coming to the real. We're coming to April.
Okay.
I think we have 6 games, if we count the Europa League games, I think we have like 8 games in April.
Okay, so I'm gonna go from what you just said. He's Prana. Nonso is talking about our players being match ready at all times. The business end of the season. Did it look like everyone was match ready yesterday?
Do you know what I watched last night? I watched that Draymond Green interview on The Shop when he's talking to LeBron James about how he can't get up for Oklahoma City on a fucking Tuesday and the Sacramento Kings. And players can't get up for those matches. Like, you got to respect that. I have some sympathy for them.
Draymond is a 4-time NBA champion, bro. He's allowed to say shit like this, bro. What have we won? What have our squad won? FA Cup? I hear what he's saying.
I feel like we do at the same time. We need to respect our opponent. Like the Sport in Lisbon, they won 4 games coming in a row. They were on form and they play well at home. I do feel like if potentially, if we had been in the cup games, like if we had played more Carabao Cup games, if we had played more FA Cup games, then maybe these fringe players would have a better rhythm. Like, it's hard for them. Like, I feel like we have to give them some sympathy.
I don't care. I don't care.
I agree with
Reece Nelson has been injured for how many months? He came on, and the 2 times he's been asked off, he's come on and done the business. So why can I not expect the same from people that played more minutes than him? Can I people would say I'm not being negative. I'm very confident in this Arsenal side. I know we're gonna do something special, whether it's the Europa, whether it's the league, or whether it's both. I know we're doing something special this season with this squad. My issue is I just don't want us to get complacent in the Europa games, which then maybe spills over to the league. I just want it to be just let's go, man.
Bro, I think the Reece Nelson situation is different from some of the other.
I knew you were gonna do this. I knew you were gonna try.
No, bro. We have to talk about it.
Explain.
Reece has been in the setup for a while. He has been around those players. He has been around. There is no cultural change, no environmental change for him. Let's talk about Kiwior. That was the first time Kiwior was playing.
I'm telling you.
Don't forget that. He moved from a different country. This is a different setup entirely, different culture and all. So these guys, I so much agree with what Prana was saying. If we had played longer in the FA Cup, the Carabao Cup, where these guys had more game time, they would have been tuned into what is expected from them when they come into the first team. So some of these guys, they need time to create that synergy with players playing around them.
Akpos, are you thinking of entering government politics?
No.
Because I go vote for you live, as in because this is, you see what you just did there. What you did there, and I knew you were going to try something about this Reece Nelson, and then the example you now used as a player to combat Reece Nelson, you now used Kiwior. You knew what you were doing there.
He was getting some sticks for his performance yesterday.
Of course, but you not heard any of us say on today's show, have you?
No.
Nothing about Kiwior.
Not any of us.
So you did the politician thing and picked the newest player to argue your point. That's what I'm saying. But look, on Kiwior is the only one I agree with. Kiwior, I'm not going to be harsh on him. It's his first game. Someone said it the other day.
Who else do you want to be harsh on? Who else do you want to be harsh on?
I want to be harsh.
Vieira was not really bad yesterday. It was not.
I don't think he was bad either as well.
I think he had a decent game, but we expected more from him. But it was not really bad, in my opinion.
I'm glad you know. Sorry, my internet has had some issues.
You're back now.
Telling the truth. Telling the truth here on there. But yeah, Matt Turner, Vieira, Jorginho looked like, to be honest, the performance on the whole yesterday was it was a bland beige performance, bro. We weren't proper Arsenal. Let's be honest, guys.
I don't know what I remember when City got knocked out of the Carabao Cup. Nobody said anything. I remember when we played Liverpool. Liverpool were flying high in the Carabao Cup, and the game ended 4-4. Nobody said anything about why is it that Liverpool didn't turn up for the game? Why did Liverpool turn up? Why did Liverpool play it? Now it's Arsenal, and we're not playing the same. I keep saying this. Everybody knows where to start their energy from. Everybody knows, okay, this is the most important thing, and they know the Premier League is the most important thing, and that's it. If you see them playing with this kind of energy in the Premier League,
but this is what I'm saying. Nonso, is there not teams that win league and European trophies in the same year? Is there not teams that can do that? Is there not teams that have historically done that? So that means teams. So that means you can. But we're not one of them. Is that what you're saying?
Bro, yesterday's performance, you are forgetting you were missing 3 of your strikers.
No, but this is not just about this. This is what I'm saying.
How many do we have? How many do we have in our team sheets, bro? Let's.
This is not about This is not about yesterday's performance. This is about every performance outside. No, hold on. This is about. Hold on.
We finished top of our group.
No, but this is what I'm saying. Every performance outside of the Premier League is my issue. What's the best performance outside of Premier League game? That's my issue. We were in second gear last night. We never raised our game at all yesterday. We were never like. I hope when we go to the Emirates, we have urgency, start the game on the front foot, and get it done really quickly. I don't want no squeaky bum game at the Emirates in next week or 2 weeks.
The funny thing is that Arsenal might use a full squad because first of all, we're playing in London. The next game in the Premier League is going to be in London. Nobody's going to be traveling, so it's going to be in London. So probably put a full squad in. I'm not worried. Yesterday, Sporting Lisbon didn't look like somebody that was going to cause any issues coming in the
Bro,
season. Like,
are you joking? Did you watch the same game I watched?
Yeah.
Who's that guy that sent Saliba shopping in the first half? Sent him. That's it.
Can I say something? See, just quick point on Nelson. Nelson is a player. He's the only player in our team, I think, who's playing for a contract in the summer. And let's talk about this. I can't believe we've met Skills on this show before. I can't believe that's his opinion of Vieira. Like,
I know, really? Bro. This is crazy. Vieira might be worse than Dennis Suarez. Come on, Skills, bro. Wow. Dennis Suarez didn't even complete a full 90 minutes once for us, mate. Did he even start a game, Suarez? He came on 2 cameos and that's it. Come on, bro. He's already got goals, assists. Come on, bro. He's shown that he's a baller, but
he got the assist yesterday, didn't he?
Yeah. But he's a baller, but what's it called? I'm not gonna lie. Going back to Portugal, I expected him to be the main man. And I think the reason why Saka wasn't in the game is because he wasn't in the game. It's like when Odegaard's not in the game, Saka's not really involved in the game as much. Like my issue, I'll never have an issue with Saka because BGB, whenever the moment comes, he go tick out. Next week, if he gets the big chance, big game, Bukayo is going to do the business. So he's one player that I can let off last night. But I just think, as you said, the changes we made, we should have shown them more. Do you think we took Lisbon too lightly yesterday why we conceded those goals, or it was just inevitable to happen with the changes we made? What do you guys think?
I think it was inevitable. The changes, like I said, 6 changes. Kiwior was making his first game. McTominay had not played since January. It was going to be difficult. You see the first goal we conceded. That looked like a language barrier or something. There was an error. The ball came in. It was so.
The guy ducked, bro. Kiwior ducked, but I'm not going to be harsh on him. It was a brain fart. He had a brain fart.
Yeah, so probably McTominay thought that maybe Kiwior was going to nod it out, so he couldn't come because he wanted to come. Then he went back, and boom. The second goal, playing from the back. We know how bad we have. All of a sudden, we have been playing from the back and making funny errors, especially at the back, and that put us down. But apart from that, there was no other threats apart from Paulina had a chance that
they had chances. They could have won that game. Bro. Let's not do that.
Their main striker that had that chance to make it 3-1, and we saw what he did. Please.
Exactly. We were lucky.
We were lucky. But do you know what, Nigel? Can I just say real quick, brother? I think no matter what lineup we put up yesterday, we would have conceded goals. It was just that type of game. Like it's a European night. The fans weren't that up for it until they scored, but I think the players were definitely up for it. They were up to face the English league leaders. Like it was good.
You see some of their intricate dribbling and stuff. I'm like, raw. This is all right, bro. It definitely took me some because I don't watch. I watched a bit of this Portuguese league last season because I was trying to watch what Nunes was doing, but I've not watched them at all this year. Let me not lie. So I was surprised to see what I saw.
That's the most dangerous guy.
Edwards, very dangerous baller, the ex-Tottenham player. Yeah, he knew what playing against Arsenal was about. And he's definitely going to be up for coming to the Emirates.
No, I think he's an Arsenal fan, that kid Edwards. He's an Arsenal fan. I'm certain of it, yeah.
But we've had other Arsenal fans that love scoring against us. Ollie Watkins, Harry Kane. So let's not get lost in that. Harry Kane's an Arsenal fan.
Nigel, can we switch gears real quick, please? And can we bring up that comment with Skills of Rice? I wanna.
Real quick. I'm just gonna. I'll bring it up in a second. But Skills, I hear you that we were missing these players, and it's not that I'm overreacting. This is just what I just don't want us to do. I just don't want us as a fan base to start accepting losses because of squad rotation or drop points because that's what I don't want us to do. Because regardless of what people want to say about Arsene Wenger, no matter what changes he made, he still found a way to play the Arsenal way and get the job done. So I want us to get back to those levels where we can throw younger players in the Carabao Cup and beat Premier League opposition. I'm trying to get us back to that mentality. That's why I'm not being harsh. I'm just trying to get us back.
I'll tell you why. Because we haven't dropped points. It's half time, cuz. That's all it is, guys.
Whatever, man. All right, so let's pick up. Let's move on past that game. You talked about is this the comment? Just get Felix, Osimhen, and Rice in the summer.
I want to speak specifically about Rice and ask you guys how much you would pay for Rice. Let's start with Akpos.
You know, with the whole team I'm seeing with Declan, firstly, that's not the kind of player I want.
Okay, interesting.
That's not the kind of player I want. I want a player that would give me pretty much the same thing that I could get from a Thomas Partey. Somebody who has got legs, who has got that physicality. You understand? So that was why I was a little bit excited with being linked with Moses Caicedo. If I'm being asked, Moses Caicedo or Declan Rice, Moses Caicedo all day for me.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Wait, I'm with you. But I do think Rice has the physicality. It's the passing I'm
They're not-
with him.
I agree.
He has got the physicality, but does he have the engine compared to Thomas Partey?
Hey, Rice has an engine on him, you know. That's his
Rice
thing.
has an engine, and Rice does not miss games compared to Thomas Partey. Rice plays like a lot of games in comparison to Thomas Partey.
So how much?
But what I was trying to say, if you want to compare Rice and Caicedo, who do you think has got more engine in terms of more legs, in terms of tracking back, going forward, joining the attack? And if you want a player to be there in a decisive moment where you need more bodies in the defense, do you think Rice could do that potentially better than Caicedo?
Ooh.
If you're asking me who I'd pick between the two, that's the biggest question. I'd say Caicedo personally.
Every day.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm with Akpos. Okay, I'm with Akpos on this as well. But it's just that, like,
How much would I pay for him? I pay 60 mil for him, max.
For Rice, right?
Yeah.
Max at the max.
60 million.
Yeah. Anything other than that is ridiculous. I think 50 should be where it is, but because he's English, I'll say 60. I'm hearing 100 and 90 and all that stuff. Like, I'd run all the way away from that.
We know why he's like 100.
English tax, man. English tax.
Yeah.
But it's like I'd pay 60 for him. I think I'd rather go and get Milinkovic-Savic for 30 M and get another DM.
But I'd rather get that guy from Fulham, Paulinho, for like 30 mil if that's possible. Like, he looks quality.
I'd definitely take him. But like, because I think for the money they're asking for Rice, there's better things we could do with that money. You get what I'm saying? I'm not saying he's not a good player and he won't improve our squad. He definitely will. But for the money, like, I think we could use it better.
I know everyone's gonna be like, it's not your money, it's not your money. But the thing is, right, when you buy a player for 100 million, there is a lot of pressure you put on them. And it's hard for a central midfielder, especially the way that Rice plays, to live up to 100 million price tag. And then you see them hide away, you see them not reach their form. I just don't want to pay 100 million for a player unless it's someone like
I'm with you.
Let's
see what the comment section is saying. There's a couple of things in here. I think in the Premier League, every player other than Van Dijk over 70 million has not worked out.
Yeah.
Check it. Go and check it out, man. Comment section, confirm that for me. I think he's the only one. Let me check in some of the comments. Skills says, remember when Deji told us Romero is one of the best defenders in the league? We remember that, bro. We remember that. Deji's got too many receipts to answer back for right now. It's a long day for him on social media over the last couple of days, mate. Long week, should I say? A long end to the season. Not even that. Skills. Deji says a lot of things. It's the history of the Tottenham Hotspurs. It's so true. This is the one thing I'll say about Spurs on the stream is Tottenham knew their position. They wouldn't be getting bantered. Let that sink in, Tottenham fans. I'll move on. The Assembled said, I personally wouldn't sign Rice. The Assembled, please let us know your reasons why, because we're discussing them right now. He agrees with you, Skills. I wanted Caicedo, but man got a new contract as well. But apparently his agent's doing a madness. His agent is trying to get him out. Real talk. He's like, I know he's signed, but it shouldn't warrant people to run away from it in the summer. But the guy just signed. Like, what do you want us to do?
If now he's signed, it might now go to 100 million. And that writing might come out and say it wants 100
exactly
for him.
Exactly. Especially if he gets them into Europe, which it looks like they're likely to do. So I don't know, man. I don't know. But guys, let's talk. I wanted to talk quickly about Kiwior. Just to finalize what your overall look for him in that game yesterday was. Let's go around the room. First of all, Nonso, what do you think of his performance in last night's game? Then we'll move on to the Fulham game.
I won't say he was that bad, apart from the first goal, where there was a communication barrier between him and Turner. He was okay. until Gabriel came up. We could see the difference in class when Gabriel came in.
Sure.
I think Kiwi this is his first game, so I'll give him a pass. When we see him in the next game, that's when I can fully give my whole assessment on how good he is and how bad he is. Yeah.
Fair enough. Akpos, what you said? What did you think of his overall performance yesterday?
Overall, I agree with everything that Nonso have said about Kiwior. For me, I think it definitely needs more time to be with these guys to understand how to play in that system very well. But I think I saw interesting things from him that I would want to look forward to going forward with the way he was comfortable with the ball on his foot. Because certainly we need defenders who can play, and Kiwior looked like a guy who can play. He's got passes, and I think he could also help us in playing out from the back and also switching from defense to attack. But definitely it needs time to understand also his partners, the players that he is going to be playing next to. And also I don't know how his English is right now, because I don't think he speaks a lot of English. So I hope he's learning also. And with time, it would be in a better situation to understand his partners, to also understand the team. So moving forward, I think we could potentially have a player in our hands. But I think yesterday was pretty much like a baptism of fire for him. But he has been brought in already, so let's go.
And I'll give you another baptism of fire, just so some of the fans don't get too disheartened by his performance yesterday. I remember a certain Edu. He scored 2 own goals on his debut for Arsenal, and he ended up being an invincible. So don't get too reactionary right now, guys, if you think he wasn't the best yesterday. So Prana, what did you have to say?
I think the panel covered it well. So I'll just say real quick that I like his, because that's the first time I've seen him. I liked his physique. I like his height, and I like that he's left-footed. So those are the positives from the game. Okay.
For me, he looks confident on the ball, but you could also see the occasion maybe got the better of him. I don't think in a way European night was probably the best start for him as an Arsenal player in hindsight. But I'm willing to give him the benefit of the doubt. I didn't see enough wrong for me to just write him off as a player. There's definitely someone in there. So I wish him all the best, and I hope he gets more chances and he's able to grab those chances. So big up the comment section. James Bond. What is your real name, James Bond? Because I know it's not that. Or is it 007? Mine is Ninja Englishman or Kunle or Mr. One Touch TV. Any of those can work, bro. Big up James in the comments. But welcome back. We've not seen you for a couple of weeks, bro. Question/observation. Arsenal take on average 2 weeks to sign a player. How comes Jorginho was signed into he was always the target, as if he was always the target. I don't know. I think we're going to talk about Arsenal's transfers and how long they take, maybe another stream. But yeah, it is annoying that we take long to do everything. But Trossard and Jorginho were able to get done like that, but whatever. We'll talk about that another time, because this could take an hour, this whole topic. But guys, we've got obviously a big London derby on the weekend. I think we've only not won one London derby so far this season, right?
Yeah.
No, I think have we won every London derby this season? I think we have. We won every. No. Yeah, the draw. Okay, the draw at Brentford. That's what I was thinking about. You're right. Yeah. So we've had a very good record, but we're away from home against a Fulham side. I want to talk about Fulham first, actually. A Fulham side that, at the start of the season, it wasn't Parker, it was Marco Silva. He was there. He lost one of his best players, Carvalho, last season. They made a lot of investment. We thought maybe Fulham would do the same thing as Nottingham Forest did. When they go crazy, buying like 15 players, and then they have a completely new 11, and it gets confused and they get relegated. That didn't happen this time. I was very harsh on Marco Silva. Akpos has heard me talk about this guy in group chats prior to that. I have a fake managers group, and Marco Silva was part of that group. I have Brendan Rodgers in there. I have Roberto Martinez in there. Marco Silva. There's a few other names, but yeah, I was grouping in him that those managers that you say play really nice football, but they're not able to accumulate enough points to have a successful team. That sort of thing. That manager, yeah, it's Kunle, not Kunde. James Bond, Kunle, but. Fulham.
You have a new name, Kunde.
Kunde. So let's start with you this time, Prana. What have you liked about Fulham this season, and what do you think we should be concerned about going into this game?
Okay, what I like about Fulham this season is they are very good at home. I like the player that they brought in. I think I've already touched on him, Paulinho. I think he's super tenacious in the tackle. He reminds me of like Mikel Essien. I don't want to be tackled by him. It's just aggressive but accurate at the same time. Like they get the ball, but they leave something on you. So I'm happy that he's out. That gives me confidence. But one of the main areas I've watched about Fulham is their left back is really good. I think he's underrated, Robinson. I think Saka struggles against him. He can't get
Pep's even looking at him.
Huh?
I heard Pep's looking at him for next season potentially.
He's tall,
Canadian guy, right?
Strong. Huh?
Is he Canadian or something?
American, one of them.
American.
I think he's American.
From North America.
He's a problem area, and if we focus most of our attacks on the right through Saka, I think it's going to be difficult. I think we need to go through the left and have a better opportunity.
Okay. What about yourself, Nonso? What have you liked about Fulham this season? And is there any particular players that you've got an eye on that could cause us some problems on Sunday?
Yeah. Fulham they've not been that bad this season. All of a sudden, William finally gets his mojo back at Fulham. Fulham, I like Prada said, they have been fantastic at home. They've been very good at home with Paulinho, Robinson, Ream, the captain, has been good in defense. They've been actually
very good, Ream.
And I think they were unbeaten. They have been unbeaten for a while until they lost to Brentford. I think they were on a good run until they lost to Brentford. In a game that actually showed how important Paulinho is to them. And it's going to be a difficult one on Saturday. But we should, like Prana said, we need to watch that Robinson guy. That guy is dangerous. That guy.
Akpos, I'm going to remind you about a particular player. I can't remember his first name, but Solomon and his. I know the player you were thinking I was going to talk about, but we will get to him. Solomon is his surname. Yeah, and the reason why I mentioned him is I remember I don't know if it was this summer. Yeah, Mano Solomon. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, Mano Solomon.
I remember either this summer or last January, we were actually linked with him at some point. I don't know if you guys remember. We were looking for an attacking option. He's been probably, if we're going to go for a super sub of the season, it's going to be between him and Reece Nelson right now, because he's come off the bench and I think he scored 3 goals in his last 3 off the bench performances. Is that someone that we should just keep an eye on just because of the quality of his finishes of late? Or is it just going for a purple patch like, what's his name? Almiron.
Definitely. Mikel and the team will definitely be keeping an eye on every potential trend. So I think they will be looking at him and all of those records, all of the things he could do coming up from the bench. We will be looking at him and looking for ways to make sure that he's kept under lock and keys. Because my main worry for going into this game is set pieces. Mitrovic is going to be, we know that he has got area power. So we need to make sure every set piece is somebody who has got that height is going to be on him. That person, please don't duck. I beg, no ducking. You understand? Make sure you are tight on Mitrovic. Make sure you don't lose the man. Because we've seen that it could potentially make teams suffer in terms of those set pieces, and he's very good with heading the ball. So I think going into this game, I don't want to see us considering a set piece goals. We also need to look at Willian also, because that one is I think it's a dead ball specialist. It's a dead ball specialist, so we need to be wary of giving them free kicks, wary of considering corners also. So I think set pieces going into this game, we need to. Mitrovic is the main player I think that could potentially cause us problem. But I'm hoping that Gabriel will be a top performance from Gabriel and Saliba in this game, because we really need them to keep Mitrovic quiet.
For sure. And let's be honest, the last time they came to the Emirates, we technically did keep him quiet other than gifting him a goal. Like he wasn't scoring a goal if we didn't give him that gift. Let's get it right. Saliba and Gabriel had that boy handled. But all it takes is one mistake for anything to open up, and he can pick up on scraps and capitalize, and that's exactly what he did. And yeah, the player I was also talking about is Willian. You saw how he performed against his old side, Chelsea, scored a goal, man the match performance. Obviously, he didn't give us any man of the match performances in an Arsenal shirt, but he did play for us. It is a London derby, and I'm sure he saw some of the abuse he was getting about his Arsenal experience. I'm sure he's got a bit of a point to prove against his former teammates and his former manager. Just maybe right some wrong. So we should look at. I'm not gonna lie. In the history of sports, supporting Arsenal and watching football, I just hate the whole players returning back to their old clubs thing. There's always like a little extra story there that might happen. So keep your eye out for that, and I hope it won't happen. But another thing we definitely need to keep our eye out for, and which could be a huge boost for this Arsenal team, is Gabriel Jesus. He looks like he's back in full training. And if he is part of the squad on Sunday, what type of impact do you think he could have on the team? Whether he comes on the pitch or not, what type of impact do you think?
Massive one.
How so?
Because for me, I think the signing of Gabriel Jesus, I think it made the other guys playing around him a lot more better. That was something he was doing so well for me, even in games where he was not finding the back of the net. It was making the other guys playing around him perform so much better. So for me, if Gabriel Jesus is coming from the bench, I would be excited. If I was the opposition defender, I would be scared, bro. Because that's a striker who can play. That's a striker who can create a chance from practically nothing. And for me, these are the kind of strikers I want at the football club. Strikers who can dribble, there are sometimes I haven't seen him do in a lot of defensive duties. I think there was one game, was it Crystal Palace or so? There was one position I saw Gabriel Jesus. I was like, Baba, why are you there? Why are you there? You should be
I think he maybe even won the ball that led to the goal or something like that.
Make sure he tracked back to get there. So he has got the ball, create everything.
Liverpool. Was it Liverpool?
Yeah.
He won the ball and then it led to
you might be right.
Martinelli, gave it to Martinelli. Then Martinelli put it for Saka.
Like this Gabriel Jesus is one of them. Even when he starts warming up with next to the away fans, it's gonna be I go ginger. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Brandon, what are you saying, bro? Where you? Sorry, no, sir.
Energy. He's gonna bring energy. Like Akpos said, he's gonna bring energy. Psychologically to the players, I think he gives them that big brother effect. Like my big bro is here, so they're all like they're ready for battle when your big bro's here. So I think it cannot be overstated, like his importance. It's going to be amazing.
Facts. So Nonso, obviously, when Jesus got injured, everyone said alarm bells for Arsenal. They might be 5 points clear now, but they're going to chip into it. Prior to that injury, everyone was telling him he's not as good as Arsenal fans say he is, but apparently when he gets injured, that's the end of our season. So which one is it? Is he not as good as we say, or is he really good? Like, what is it? But anyway, he got injured. We were 5 points clear. Yeah. He's just about to return. We are still 5 points clear. Should the rest of the Premier League be scared? Or is it just, whatever, it's only Jesus?
I think the Premier League needs to mind the gap, man. It's coming. I think
there was a season that he got a long-term injury for City, and he came back and boom, he hit the ground running. And I think that's the same Gabriel Jesus we're going to see. And the funny thing about it, he's passionate about this club. He's passionate about this team.
He knows he's our guy.
Yeah, and he knows that because even when he was injured, you see him on the sideline. Like the last game, I saw him on the sideline against Bournemouth. Even though he was ready, he's ready to come back. Right? And this is not Gabriel Jesus that the opponents want to meet, because this guy is going to be hot, dangerous, and on fire and ready. Because games, Lord. And the one thing about him is that he will squeeze the opponents to him to give space to players like Martinelli and the rest to occupy. They don't want him.
Watch people start to forget Martinelli was off form once Jesus comes back in the game. Watch.
I'm telling you.
He's a different beast. He gives him extra space, gives him more chance to go into the middle, all these different things. So everyone needs to be
what I find the most important thing between the two of them is that It's a bit like Thierry Henry and Perez. They were speaking French on the pitch, and defenders couldn't tell what they were saying. It's the same thing. Gabriel Jesus and Martinez, they speak Portuguese. Defenders do not know when to move, when they're going to do this, when they're going to do that. I can't wait for it to come back.
I'm excited. I'm not, because he must have been catting, like literally chomping at the bit when he saw. Oh, I wish I was there when Eddie scored that winner against United. He must have loved to have been there. Yeah. The winner against Aston Villa last minute, and then being actually a present to experience the Bournemouth situation. He's like, yo, I need to get back to this, man. They're not going to say that I wasn't involved in this run. He's gagging for it, man. I can't wait.
Let me speak in faith. He's going to be there when he gets the winner against City at the Etihad Stadium.
Bro, what a moment that is going to be. I need him fit. I need Zinchenko fit for that night. I need Partey fit. I just want us to go toe-to-toe with them with our strongest 11s, each of us. Do you get what I'm saying? I don't want any of their players injured. I want us, let's go toe-to-toe at the Etihad. Do you get what I'm saying? If we come out there with something, problem.
I keep remembering our game last year. I think it was January 2nd, 2002 against Manchester City. What a game! Like City didn't know what hit them over the first 75 minutes of the game, and that's what I want to see when we play them in the Etihad. I don't want them; they'll be looking like what's hitting us, what's happening, where did this team come from? And that's how I need us to be ready against City.
Literally, I'm going to get into some of the comments real quick. James Bud said, "Okay, big up from Jamaica, big up the yard man in the building. Make sure you share us." Share the channel to all your Jamaican friends, all your football friends. It's absolutely free. Big up James Bond in the building. He also said, Robertson, that left back, going to give Saka problems. I think he will, man. He's a quality left back. There's only been one other left back to give Saka problems this season. That was Nathan Ake. He gave him some serious problems, man. There was one, literally. But let's be honest, guys. Saka only needs to be involved for 7 minutes for him to make an impact. So just if you give him one chance. I don't know if you saw the interview he did after I don't know if it was the Everton game. Yeah, maybe the Everton game where we started slow like we've been doing for the last few weeks. And I don't know if you guys have noticed how we're starting very slow of late. But he said something. He goes, they double team me, they triple team me. So I know I'm not, there's certain games I'm not going to get many chances. So I just got to be clinical. And one thing that guy's become this season is clinical. He's got 85% conversion rate, my brother. 85%. Come on now. BGB is on smoke. So just before we wrap up the show, guys, it's been a great show, touched on great things. I just want to know, first of all, from each of you, where do you think the game on Sunday is going to be won? And what do you think the score is going to be on Sunday? So let's start this time with Akpos. Akpos, where do you think this game on Sunday is going to be won for Arsenal? And what do you think
in the middle of the park? There is one comment I saw, I think the one from the Assembled. I don't know if you can pull it up, Ninja.
How does it start?
The one that said Saliba and was talking about Saliba and Gabriel's performance. This one. So for me, Thomas Partey starts that game and it just sitting in front of Gabriel and Saliba. That's more security for me. Because every time I see Thomas Partey in that starting 11, I think even for the two number 8s, Granit Xhaka and Martin Odegaard, they even know that behind them there is more.
As in Abe.
Even in the right back, what's his name? Ben White. Ben White knows that with Thomas Partey behind me,
I can bomb up sometime because he'll come out.
He has got more security. Yeah. So every time teams try to have their own counter break with Thomas Partey, we definitely have more security because that's somebody who has got the leg.
Sure,
so I think the game decider for me is going to be in the middle of the park. We need Thomas Partey, Granit Xhaka, Martin Odegaard bringing their A performance. If these guys are having a good game, definitely this game is a 2-0 victory to the Arsenal for me, in my opinion. That's my prediction.
And as much as I respect Jorginho, because of that factor that you just talked about, the protection, that's why I wanted Caicedo. Not that I hate Jorginho, but that's why I wanted a mold. And let's be honest, Jorginho's been a great addition since he's come in as well. He gives us something different, but the protection is what we do miss sometimes. Yeah, for sure. Nonso, Where do you think the game's going to be won? Do you agree with Akpos? And what's your score prediction?
I do agree with Akpos. First of all, because Paulinho is not going to be there, so that's a big plus. So the midfield definitely Arsenal have to occupy it with Partey, Odegaard, and Xhaka. If they occupy that midfield, I think we've won the game. I think we're going to beat them 2-1 in that game. We're going to beat them 2-1. You just need to occupy that midfield. Yeah, 2-1. And the reason why I said 2-1, we'll probably get a late goal, probably in the 90th minute to try and see whether they're going to rally themselves up. But it'll be already 2-1 right there.
Fair result. What about you, Prana? What you said?
Well, I just took Saka out my fantasy league team because I knew he was up against Robertson, and then I heard that Paulinho's out, so I'm thinking about putting him in. Yeah, putting him back in. So I think they covered it well. It's going to be one in midfield, man. I feel like we'll be able to dominate because the main guy's not here. We're going to dominate this game. Maybe a tight 2-0. I think. Tight
2-0. Okay. Tight 2-0. Now, I agree with everything that you guys have said. The battle is definitely going to be in the midfield. We do have to see our best midfield of Xhaka, Partey, and Odegaard. And guess what? I'm glad Prada's on this show today because I'm glad to say something that I don't know if I've said on any channel in my YouTube history.
Hurry up, spit out.
I found myself on Saturday begging for Granit Xhaka to come on the pitch. Like I was screaming at the screen. I was like, "Play him on, Arteta, what's going on? Put on Xhaka!" And shamelessly, when he came on, what was I doing? We got Granit Xhaka. We got Granit Xhaka. I'm all into the Xhaka trade. I don't believe he was as good as Prada said in the past, but I believe under Arteta, he's been playing his best football at the club so far. The last year, I'm going to say the last 12 months, he's been doing great things. There's still some restrictions to his game, and I still think this should be his last season for Arsenal. Sign out with a Premier League title, because I think we need to move past it, but he's done exceptional, and at one point this season, he was our most consistent player. So with him and Partey in the base, Odegaard back, as you said, the midfield battle is going to be where it's won without Paulinho there as well. And to get Saka involved in the game, not like last night, I'm going to go with I don't know. I just can't see us holding a clean sheet of late, man. I'd love it, but I'm going to go over a 3-2 Arsenal win. 3-2, man. I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be comfortable-ish. Then towards the last 10 minutes, they're going to score to make it 3-2. And then there's going to be a shaky last 5 minutes. You know how Arsenal do. They like making the fans sweat to the final minute now, man. Jeez. So we're all gone for wins. Any predicted scorers? I think I can see Partey scoring this. No, not Partey. Saka. Saka's going to score this weekend. Saka's scoring. Xhaka? Okay.
Yeah.
Xhaka gets one. He said. Martinelli.
Yeah.
Akpos, any score predictors?
Saka scores for me.
Saka. Hey, bro, you want to put it back in your team, bro. Maybe Odegaard. I know you watch the channel, so make sure you're having more shots on goal on Sunday. You saw what you can do when you have shots on goal against Spurs. You had like 4 in that game. Let's just have more of them, bro. It's not every time look for Hollywood pass. I beg. All right. Don't forget to like. Go on.
No, I agree with you, man. Sometimes you just want to shoot, but he's always looking.
Literally, bro. Put your foot through it. Your laces, everything. All right. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel, my people. I will make sure I'll put the information for all our illustrious panel in the description of this video, guys. Whether you're watching now, whether you're watching later, please give One Touch TV some love. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Twitter as well. Follow all these guys, Nonso, Akpos, Pranable. They're all on their socials. I'll put them in the description as well. And just keep following the mighty Arsenal. But guys, let's not get arrogant. Let's not get overconfident. Even though we're in the best position we've been in for years, it's still one game at a time. And on that note, big up everyone in the chat. Big up everyone watching later. Have a great weekend. Enjoy your football and